From the St. Louis Public Radio newsroom, this is The Gateway. It's Wednesday, June 25th. I'm Jonathan Ahl. For Muslim truck drivers and road trippers, getting a bite to eat off the road can be challenging. But a Stuckey's just outside of Rolla is trying to fill that gap through halal food.
We are not serving the halal food only to Muslims. If a non-Muslim wants to eat that, it's for them too.
An iconic American road trip stop is offering a more global menu. That story coming up on The Gateway. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey is calling for St. Louis Sheriff Alfred Montgomery to resign. As St. Louis Public Radio's Chad Davis reports, Montgomery's legal team says they're not backing down.
Bailey says Montgomery should resign or he'll file a quo warranto, a legal process that gives the Attorney General the ability to force the sheriff out. In a statement, Bailey accused Montgomery of misconduct and instability. Montgomery has been engulfed in controversy and legal challenges since taking office in January. Retired Judge David C. Mason is representing the sheriff. He says he doesn't think he'll be removed.
I'm concerned that there may not be anything at the end of the rainbow on this, but quite frankly, I have spent my life watching due process carry through. I spent the other portion of my life effectuating that due process as a trial attorney. I have no problem doing it now.
Bailey says Montgomery has until noon Wednesday to resign. I'm Chad Davis, St. Louis Public Radio.
St. Louis County seniors have less than a week to apply to have their property taxes frozen at their 2024 rate unless the St. Louis County Council extends the deadline. Under Republican Councilman Dennis Hancock's legislation, anyone 62 or older can apply for the freeze. Dennis Ganal is the managing director and founder of the advocacy group Mo Tax Relief Now. He says seniors are the group most in need of property tax relief.
I probably have gotten over the last 3 years, maybe 1,000 emails from seniors who only live on Social Security. That's all they have.
Applications submitted by June 30th will be approved between July and October 1st. They can be submitted online. All in-person application slots are full, but the county will provide assistance this Saturday from 8 to 4 p.m. at the North County Government Center in St. Anne. The Riverview Gardens School District Board of Education voted to close an elementary school and redraw boundary lines. St. Louis Public Radio's Hiba Ahmed reports on yesterday's meeting.
Danforth Elementary School will close at the end of the school year. The decision will require district officials to completely overhaul school boundaries to better distribute students to the remaining buildings. Superintendent Tanya Patton recommended that Danforth Elementary close because the school requires more than $3.5 million in repairs to bring it into compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. Teachers and staff are expected to be reassigned to schools within the district. Patton says she will convene a committee to provide next steps for families and students. I'm Hiba Ahmed, St. Louis Public Radio.
Sources close to the Illinois governor's campaign say Democrat J.B. Pritzker will announce he's seeking a third term at a series of events later this week. But a campaign spokesperson would not confirm that. Invitations are circulating for events in Chicago and Springfield on Thursday, but they're light on specifics. There are no term limits on governors in Illinois. Republican Jim Thompson served 4 terms from 1977 to 1991. Pritzker has also been widely considered to be a 2028 presidential contender. A Metro East middle school is undergoing $4 million in repairs and preventive maintenance due to a shifting, abandoned coal mine beneath. The Belleville News-Democrats reports Joseph Arthur Middle School should be open for August classes. St. Louis Public Radio's Will Bauer has more.
Mine subsidence has led to cracked floors and walls at the school in the O'Fallon Central District. The superintendent says the floor dropped 9 inches over the last 18 months in one part of the school. While classes shouldn't be affected, athletic fields will be shut down until the project's conclusion 1 year from now. The school's insurance will cover the cost to repair the cracks, and a federal grant will pay for filling in the abandoned mine. The O'Fallon, Illinois school is just the latest Metro East district and structure to face problems caused by subsidence. I'm Will Bauer, St. Louis Public Radio.
The St. Louis Blues are getting a makeover for the 2025-2026 season. The team's new uniforms are inspired by the success of vintage-style designs worn during throwback nights and the Blues Winter Classic games. The hockey club unveiled the new uniforms, logos, and branding yesterday in a dramatic launch video narrated by Coach Jim Montgomery.
Today's Tom Sawyer isn't painting fences. He's painting the boards. We're respecting the classics, but changing the game.
Instead of the darker blues the team has used for the past seasons, new uniforms and logos feature a brighter, lighter blue. The team also reworked the Blue Note logo with chunkier lines, which officials say will make it pop on digital screens. For decades, Stuckey's was a must-stop roadside shop with more than 400 locations at its peak. There are about 60 franchise stores left, including one in rural Missouri. St. Louis Public Radio's Aula Kuziz reports that location is offering a menu that's very different than what Stuckey's is known for, but is meeting a growing need.
Stuckey's was once synonymous with the American road trip. It was popular for its candies and southern pecan log rolls. But its new menu items are getting a different generation of customers to shop at the Stuckey's in Doolittle. Halal burgers and biryani.
They have like signs and billboards. It says very big halal, so that really attracts, so that's why I'm here.
That's Mohammed Paras. He saw a Stuckey's billboard on Interstate 44, took the exit about 10 miles west of Rolla, parked his 16-wheeler, and went in to grab a bite. Paras orders a plate of the spicy biryani dish to fuel him up for his delivery trip to the West Coast. You may have seen the halal food label in grocery stores and restaurants. It refers to food that's prepared according to Islamic dietary guidelines, and it holds spiritual significance for many Muslims. But when he's on the highway, Paras says it's hard to find, and he isn't alone. Businessman Shabazz Raza sees that as a need and as an opportunity.
So when I'm traveling with my family or myself work, if only concern that is where to eat, what to eat. So we don't have many choices, but as soon as we see any single small signs of halal food, there goes the exit instantly.
Raza co-owns the Stuckey's franchise in Doolittle and several other travel centers in the country. He says demand for halal food from Muslim truck drivers and road trippers has skyrocketed over the last few years. Raza says it was a challenge to get his food suppliers to purchase things like beef patties and pepperoni that were halal. But since making the switch at 10 Stuckey stores around the country in the last 6 months, he says the response has been positive and profitable.
We get like people come in and they ask for who is the owner, and they want to meet us and they want to thank us. And some of these family, if we're not there, leave their written notes. And one of the family wrote one full page saying prayers, us for our parents, for our families, for our business.
At the Stuckey's in Doolittle, where the population is 573, the store's managing partner, Mohammed Kamal, says about 20% of all his truck driver customers buy halal food, such as chicken tenders and burgers, or something off of the store's extensive Indian food menu.
We have a lot of trucking traffic on this highway. So truck drivers, many from the Indian subcontinent, they were asking for Indian food. And we see a demand for Indian food. So we started those ethnic part of the menu.
The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates that immigrants make up about a fifth of all truck drivers in the country. But the store's manager, Haris Aleem, says many other customers try out their spicy biryani dish and come back for more. The layered chicken and rice dish is made fresh daily by Teddy Good. The aroma is strong as she adds in coriander and biryani spices to the marinated chicken and cooks it down on a gas stove. The store has been selling this food for about 3 months now, and Aleem says it's been fun to teach people something new about his culture.
We are not serving the halal food only to Muslims. If a non-Muslim wants to eat that, it's for them too. Stuckey's candies, they are not for older people. If a kid want to buy that, they want to buy it too. So it's for everybody.
Even though Muslims make up a small part of their customer base, the owners say it's an important service that they plan to offer in more stores around the country. I'm Rolla Kuziz, St. Louis Public Radio.
That story was edited by me. The Gateway is a production of St. Louis Public Radio, music by Ryan McNeely of Adult Fur. We are a member-supported service of the University of Missouri, St. Louis. I'm Jonathan Ahl, and from the St. Louis Public Radio newsroom, this has been The Gateway.